All right, in this episode, we're joined by Danielle from the class of 2018 and Chandler from the class of 2019. How are we?
Good.
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 Doing
Well, thank
great.
you for joining me. This is the second time we've done this, so at least this time we'll get it recorded. Uh, so think back to way back to when you were in middle school. Why'd you pick early college?
You want to start?
Sure. Um, my social studies teacher in middle school told me about it. Me and two others that came to early college, and she kind of told us a little bit about the program, and I really liked that we could finish with the 2 years of college. And I just remember, I don't remember much, but I remember applying. I remember my interview with Miss Hecklinger, and then I think it was just a couple days ago I saw in my memories that I got accepted. So that was really cool.
Very cool. What about you, Chandler?
Mine's pretty similar. I saw the different programs that were offered from all the different schools, whether it was early college, AAST, scholars. So I applied to all of them. And I spoke with AAST and I spoke with you guys, like she said, with Miss Hecklinger. Mr. Deach did my interview. And from there, we just kind of connected. And that was kind of sold the deal for me, especially knowing it's like Danielle said, we would get 2 years of college for free. So we wanted to take advantage of that while we could.
Got it. Well, we're glad you chose us. All right, so you get in. Today's actually the day that our acceptance letters go out to the new class of 2029. Not to make you feel old.
Yes.
It's crazy. 10 years later. Uh, you go to Bridge Week, you go to freshman year. What's it like trying to make friends in a new environment where people are from all over?
It was interesting. Bridge Week, I remember already making some friends there. And I had two of my classmates that were I was super close with in middle school. They came along with me, and just having them there. And one of them was in my advisory. So that was awesome. Just kind of having him there to, I guess, navigate it through and meet a bunch of people. I remember parts of Bridge Week. I remember being an ambassador my next year more than my actual Bridge Week, but it was a fun experience. And I mean, you're meeting kids from every school in your area. So, you know, and like a lot of people, they knew each other. Like I knew my two friends, so they kind of stuck together, but you know, it was fun.
Yeah, I was a little bit different. I had the same kind of couple friends that were from where I went to middle school, but I was more of a social butterfly during Bridge Week. I wanted to meet everybody because, well, I mean, there was only like I think we started out with like 100 kids in our class and ended up with like 70 graduating. So it really wasn't hard to meet everybody. Put a name to the face.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the cool things about the program is just the numbers. They're in your favor to get to meet a lot of people. They're in your favor in terms of class sizes. Uh, you just get to get out there and meet people, and it doesn't even have to be like the same grade as you, right? Because one of you is 2018, one's 2019, uh, and that's not uncommon in terms of hanging out with people from different classes, which is pretty cool. All right, so you get through freshman year, sophomore year, starts to get a little bit harder, hopefully. Uh, how does Avid help you bridge that gap, going from kind of that middle school mindset and that carryover you see freshman year uh, to starting to see those college classes and maybe the rigor and expectations rising in your classes? How does Avid help bridge that gap?
I loved Avid. I mean, I did my Avid speech in Philly, so that was an amazing opportunity for me. And well, me and Shadea both did it the same year. We both won, and you have the Cornell notes, you love them, you hate them, but they did help. I mean, going over studying, that was always an awesome tool. Like hated them. But at the end of the day, they did help once they were finished. All the Avid teachers were amazing. They were always very supportive, very personable. And I mean, you could go to them for anything. I loved my Avid class, everything that it taught. And like I said, I mean, they were there to help you in every subject, which was really nice. You had that, from what I remember, you had certain time to study for certain classes and time to do work. And then you learned a lot about time management, especially in the college classes, kind of doing the high school classes and then going out into the campus and not how to act, but just how to make it all work. And I just really enjoyed the class.
And I wish I could say the same thing, but I don't really remember much about Avid at all. I mean, I just kind of used Avid as like a study block. I used it to study and do work for my other classes, and it was cool because the Avid teachers were there to help you with just about anything. Like Danielle said, it was I don't know, it was more of a helping hand class for me, whether it was math, science, social studies, whatever it was.
Gotcha. All right, so you move into junior and senior year. Class is a little bit harder still, or maybe not even harder, but your lives are getting more complicated. And so you're having to figure out how to do hard better. Uh, and you may be taking 6, 7 classes at a time. How important is it to stay organized? And are you still organized today?
Oh yeah. From what I remember, I was super organized. I think I had 2 different binders, one for because they were offset days, if I remember, like a Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursday. So I had one binder for each day. So I didn't have to carry it all to my classes, but I always had them with me. Staying organized was really big for me. It even is still today with all these stinking kids. I clean and organize all the time, but I think that's another thing that Avid helped me with too, was staying organized, kind of keeping everything together. So, because college classes, you never knew. Your professor might have said, "Hey, get this out," or "Always have your books with you. Go to this page and let's do this." I mean, it was kind of up in the air what you were doing every day in your classes. I feel like the high school, you kind of had to lay out, okay, what you're doing for the week, but college, it was just kind of up in the air. So I was organized. I don't think I would have done as well as I did if I wasn't. And I think that's helped me a lot to today also.
Role model student over here. I was the opposite. I was a train wreck with organization. I still am, unless it has to do with work. I deal with millions of dollars on a daily basis, so I can't really afford to be unorganized. But when it comes to the kids and things like that, I'm glad Danielle's the stay-at-home mom, because I would be even more of a train wreck than I was in college and high school. But I do see the importance of it now. It's also like she said, the way we were taught to organize was nice. Whether it was splitting your classes up between 2 or 3 binders or things that matter, I just didn't do that. I just kind of threw it all in one thing and had to go through and find it.
And you still finished, so that's good.
You did.
And you got married to somebody who is organized, so that's helpful too. All right, so you get to senior year, you're starting to think about whatever's next. And Danielle, you and I have talked about this a little bit in other conversations over the years. What's it like as we start to explore what's next? Did you know what you wanted to do?
A couple things in mind. I think at first I wanted to be an OB. I wanted to deliver babies and work with women. I think that went away pretty fast. I love that, but I didn't see that for myself. And it sounds bad, but with all the schooling, I just couldn't see myself staying dedicated to something for that long. It sounds bad, and then I went through my phase where I love the environment and I love helping people. So I wanted to become a recreational therapist, working with all ages in the environment to help them rehabilitate themselves, mental health, all of that. And that was my plan. I got accepted into college, Warren Wilson in North Carolina. I toured it. I loved it. I actually got a full ride there, and that was my plan. Senior year, I'm not really sure what kind of happened, but I not that I lost the interest in that. I think I was just scared more than anything, doing something and then it not working out. So, um, senior year was great for me though. I really focused on a lot of my classes. I wasn't doing too much like socially. I really was just in school, studying, trying to get done. And at the end of the day, I have regrets not going to Warren Wilson. I think that was a really good opportunity for me, but I just think I wouldn't be where I am today if I went there. So I have a love-hate relationship with the decision I made, but at the end of the day, I love where I am now. Are we going to talk like future what I
We'll
did
get to it.
after? Okay, well I'll leave it at that then.
Talking his ears off.
Oh, stop.
Senior year, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Francis Marion, and I wanted to go into nursing. And but senior year itself was it was nice. I think I had no more than 3 classes a semester because we blew through it. Junior year was the madness year. It was the one where we had 6 to 7 classes, and I was thankful that was over. But going into senior year, it was a real relaxed year. But at the same time, it was still important because that was the year of your scholarships, the year of your acceptance letters, your year of everything. So I just stayed on my toes and did my schoolwork and went to work and went home.
Gotcha. And you've always kind of been focused on work, for as long as I've known you. Uh, and I'm sure you're still doing it today. All right, so Danielle, let's talk about one scholarship in particular. It of course is the Bruce Dow Canton Scholarship. What's it like to be publicly recognized like that? Because so many scholarships, it's like behind the curtain. Yeah, you got lots of money, but that Dow Canton Pelican Scholarship, it's like, all right, here she is. Come
Yeah,
on out. Let's cheer for her.
it
What's
was
that like?
it was awesome. I remember me and another girl in my grade, we got it. And, once I don't remember a ton, but, I remember kind of applying for it. And the reason